been asked in a comment, how do I join in my yarn when I'm crocheting? This is a base of one of my yarn bags that I'm doing, and as you can see, I've run out of the white and I need to join another one here. What I do, I leave a long enough end there, the slightly long end, take the hook, my hook out of the stitch and leave the stitch there for to pick up again, and I go into the back. You have your V stitch like that. I go into the back of those stitches with that small bit of yarn that's been left over. Down the hook, bring it through, go to the next stitch, hook and bring it through to the next stitch, take it as far as it goes till you've used up that small amount that you've had left. I think this will be the last stitch here. And you'll have just a little bit. You can cut that little bit off if it shows up after you crochet. But now, what I do now, I put my hook back into the, I'm using two strands together here, so I've got to make sure I get both strands. Bring the other strand like this, leave about that much length, pick it up with the other colour because I'm using two strands, and go into your next stitch that you would have done, making sure you leave that end there. Crochet over the, so you're crocheting over where you wove that little bit of yarn in there like that. Nearly coming up to the last stitch that where I wove it in, that last stitch there, and hold that little bit down, and if it sticks out, if it's going to show, just cut it off and take your yarn out, turn your work around, and that is where you joined it, and do exactly the same, only you're doing it on the opposite side. So instead of going into the back of the stitch, you're going into, it's still the back of the stitch if you were on the other side, but take it into the front of the stitch. You're working the opposite way. It's a bit easier to hold it that way and go it that way. So you're going into the back of the stitch, it's splitting the wool as well while I'm doing this. and leave that there. So when you crochet around and you come back this way where you've ended there, you're just crocheting over that, and that is how I add in another yarn. So there's no pieces to sew in or anything afterwards. They're woven in. It's a very simple way to do it. And then I'm going to just start crocheting over the rest of this, my hook back in, and bring that stitch down. Now I'm going to do the edge. I'm going to do the separating edge on my bag, so I'm going into the back of the stitch. So I make an edge on the front part of the stitch all the way around, so it separates the base from the thing. So I crochet into the back of the stitch just for this one row. As you can see, that's leaving an edge round there. That's where the bag will be folded there, like that. I'll go a little bit further around and show you. I'll leave that out there. So that is what I mean by that is a separating edge. So the bag will be up like that, and the edge of the base. And you have to remember when you come around those stitches where you've put in the where you joined the yarn, remember that when you come through. So that was just a little bit info that I hope was helpful to the lady that asked me how I joined in my yarn when I crochet. So if you want to see more anytime, give thumbs up and subscribe, and I will show you more when I need to. So bye for now.